when you see, you know, compilations of, you know, the best of 70s music, the poor old Bay City Rollers never appear. It's like they're the band that never were. They've been wiped from the collective memory.
Bye bye baby, baby, goodbye.
I should be a millionaire at least 10 times over.
In Britain it was, in 1975, the Bay City Rollers year.
It's probably like doing a bungee jump. I've never done it, but would imagine it would be like the first 4 or 5 years in the Rollers. It's probably that. It's the kind of thing that you'd really enjoy when it was happening, but would you want to do it again?
Be prepared to forsake a little love, and when the sun comes
T minus 25 seconds.
In the 70s, the Bay City Rollers were one of the most successful pop acts on the planet, and Rollermania rivaled Beatlemania. This is the story of 5 lads from Scotland who wrapped the world in tartan.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
How we got from Edinburgh to being photographed in front of the Empire State Building it's a long story.
The Rollers began life as the Saxons, a band formed by 2 young Edinburgh builders, Alan and Derek Longmuir. After 5 years of failure, they decided to change the group's name.
We got a map out and we kind of closed our eyes and stuck our pin in the map to try and get us an American-sounding name. And the nearest thing we got to was a place called Bay City, near Michigan. And so that sounds all right.
There was a band called Mitch Ryder and the Detroit Wheels. We thought Wheels, something moving. And we thought, well, Rollers, that's quite a good name, you know, Rollers.
The Bay City Rollers were a teen sensation in Scotland. They got their big break in 1971 when they were plucked from Edinburgh's club scene and signed up by a major London record label.
I mean, after we got signed up to Bell Records, we got put together by a guy called Jonathan King, who was quite a well-known producer, and we made, this was 1971, we made our first record called Keep On Dancing.
I was very much in the puppet master mode, so you will hear that Keep On Dancing ended up entirely played by session musicians and only featuring 1 track of the then lead singer and 13 of my voices multi-tracked doing the singing.
Keep on dancing,
I think it got to number 9, if I remember right. And that was great, that was excellent. But then after that, there was a period where everything kind of went a bit sour again. We were almost like a one-hit wonder.
In a desperate bid to escape pop oblivion, the Rollers lineup was ever-changing, masterminded by manager Tan Payton.
We had a secret file of who was the most popular and who wasn't popular. And I know it sounds pretty ruthless, but we had to move people around and move people out if they weren't popular. I treated them a bit like a football team. I wanted the right person in the right place, and that's what we did.
Alan, Derek, Les, Woody and Eric. They were destined to become household names.
Tam had a pool of guys and bands and stuff, and so if somebody was acting up in the Rollers or wanted to do something, he'd just pluck somebody from one of his other bands.
I could attract people and sort of like get them going, work them, and stuff like that. It's just a natural thing. You've either got it or you haven't, you know. Don't think the last guy had it.
I was the youngest in the band, so, you know, just lots of energy, ready for anything. If somebody had to jump in the deep end of the pool with all their clothes on for a photo shot, or do a photo shot with just a tartan scarf and nothing else on, that was me, you know, game for, yeah, no problem. I was like 17, 18 at the time.
The new look Bay City Rollers were back in the charts with Remember.
We were in a transit van stuck in floods in Cork in Southern Ireland, pushing a van, and somebody popped out and went, "You're in the charts," and we were going, "Great, who cares?" And we're pushing this van.
The Rollers' whiter-than-white image set them apart from their 70s pop rivals. They looked like the sort of clean-cut boys you could take home to meet your mum.
At the start I tried to promote a clean image, you know, the milk drinking kids that don't smoke and, you know, they don't associate with any females and, you know.
We were sold as the guys next door, because that's what we were. We were the 5 guys for the council estate in Edinburgh, and I think that came through. It was just, I mean, if it was crap and we did a crap performance, at least it was honest. We'd go to a press conference and like everybody gets some wine and a bit of this now. We got jugs of milk. Yeah, and it was all a bit surreal, really, because we're thinking, are people actually going to buy this? You know, are people actually going to believe that we drink milk? But it seemed that the media wanted that.
I was the original milk drinker. I used to love milk. I used to drink the stuff by the bottle. I'd have one of those when I was an electrician with my pie and chips, whatever, a pint of milk. That went hand in hand. I didn't really like alcohol. You know, it wasn't really my thing back then. Things have changed a bit. I enjoy a good pint, I enjoy my whiskey.
Yeah, this is room 1109. Could we have 4 Coca-Colas and 3 milkshakes? 3 milkshakes, please. Strawberry. Right. That was it, buddy. Yes. Do you want a drink? Give me an orange.
But beyond the milk, beyond the music, the Bay City Rollers would be remembered most for their addiction to tartan.
We were very patriotic at that time. We wanted to be seen as being Scottish.
So won't you be my baby?
A fan wrote into the fan club once and she'd done the basic white suit with the shirt and that, but she put a tartan stripe down the trousers. And we thought, that's a good idea. We thought, well, we'll get that, so we got all that made up, and it was cheap and cheerful.
Women's work's never done.
There was quite a strong tomboy element because it wasn't about wearing a very short skirt and high heels. It was wearing cut-off jeans, and it was quite macho in a way.
A roller outfit, you could make that outfit up for a couple of quid, and so it was very accessible. It was dead easy to stick a bit of tartan on a white shirt, and and then everybody had their own tartan.
So won't you be my baby?
Very adaptable, very practical, and your mum wasn't going to say to you, you're not going out dressed like that. She might have laughed heartily, but she wouldn't have been appalled.
Don't you feel a bit stupid with tartan on? Because you're not Scots, are you?
No, I don't feel stupid. It's just a gimmick, isn't it?
When you think of the amount of merchandise that they sold, it's absolutely phenomenal. I mean, the posters, the scarves, everything.
Baby.
I don't think that had really been seen since probably the early Beatles era.
In early 1975, the Rollers were given the perfect shop window, their very own TV series.
Shang-a-Lang was great. It really was.
Shang-a-Lang was a great television thing. In fact, Muriel Young, I would put down, was one of the main people who contributed to the Rollers' success.
It was my idea to call it Shang-a-Lang because I just adored the song, and I visualised, I talked over with our graphics department and how they would present the opening titles, and I thought they were enchanting.
The thing about Shang-a-Lang was getting back from school in time to watch it, and I remember kind of hurtling down the hill from school to get to my friend's house so we could all be sitting down in the right places to watch it. And also, not that many of us had colour tellies then, so the girls with colour tellies were incredibly popular for the 2 days before Shang-a-Lang was on.
Shang-a-Lang was, you know, destination TV. It was on ITV, and that was always regarded as a bit more, in those days, trashy than the BBC. The BBC would never have had Shang-a-Lang, but it was so hip that they had their own show. And then, of course, it was, yes, sat in front of the TV, singing along to every single song.
The big problems with the Rollers was the accent, because quite apart from being very Scottish, they had a habit of all talking at once, you see. So I was bombarded by this sound, and I used to have to say, stop, stop, please stop. And I didn't insult them by saying, please speak English, but I did say, one at a time, and please speak slowly. So, bless their hearts.
Come on, Woody, introduce yourself. I mean, you've got to do better than that. This is TV.
Well, help Betty. You can't just stand there saying help Betty. You've got to link the programme and all that. And it's funny to watch some of them now. It's going, oh, aye, the new. Aye, how you doing? Ah, this is Shang-a-Lang with the Bay City Rollers. Hello. It's kind of cute in a way. It's almost like somebody else. It's not me, but...
You won't help us link the programme?
No, he's all right with the guitar, but when it comes to linking the programme, nah. We'd go down to Manchester, and it was complete mayhem doing that show, like with security and fans. You couldn't go out, you know, every time you wanted to go to the toilet, you know, you'd have to, like, the police are going to go to the toilet because there'd be fans everywhere. They'd be hiding in cubicles.
But the fan hysteria was only just beginning. Rollermania began to sweep across Britain.
What Tam Payton proved is that you could put 5 lads together in the right way and pretty much take over a country for a year, because that's what they did. In Britain it was, in 1975, the Bay City Rollers year.
Phil Wayman came along, and Phil had done the sweet stuff, Ballroom Blitz, and produced all that stuff. In 4 days we recorded 3 songs which became just international hits.